nature reserve that I'm walking past now, all these fences and gates. The main one's just up here on the right. I'm forgetting its name now, but it's a green hut with animals painted on the front of it. Badgers and what have you. So all this land here is the nature reserve. Right, so it looks like I'm going to be having some fun and games walking along the river tracks as well, because it's all soft mud and water, because we've been getting a lot of rain, like I say, so I'll be slipping and sliding all over. But there's a hut coming up there now on the right for the nature reserve, and the main gates are just here. So the guy that comes to open it up and all that drives along Poppy's Lane from way back where you can turn it to go to the motor station, and you come right over Poppy's or Coopy's Lane, or whatever it's called, Coopy's Lane. Then he turns right at the top of this road where there's a big metal gate on a roller to help open it. But here's the green shed that I'm on about, with the painted animals on the front and the side. That's what's called Clark's Bog Nature Reserve. And there's a big notice. Clark's Bog Private Nature Reserve. Right. Okay, so I'll go to the top of this road. We can see that heavy duty gate post into that private property straight ahead. That's where you turn right at the T-junction. You can see the big gate, metal gate on a roller, which makes it easier to open because it's heavy duty metal gate. This looks like it's all been frozen over and it's melted, so that's why there's water right across this road. So I'll be putting my gloves on for when I start going up the mud-filled banks in case I fall out, and put my hand in the bloody wet mud. There's a couple of farm tractors and diggers in the distance there, so they're ploughing the land and digging it over. Right, so this is a big double metal gate to get in, but there's also this big heavy duty metal lock-up barrier gate. Right, private road, no access without permission. Private road. Clark's Bog Nature Reserve. And obviously there's a wooden marker post pointing back the way I've just come from. Dunce's houses. What's that? Quarter of a mile or something. Right, so when I come back from my walk, I'll be coming back along the side of this these farm fields here, and coming through the gap in this metal gate, and then cutting across the road and going back along where I've just come from towards the car when I come back the way. Right, so this is Park House Farm, access road going into it, all private of course. Money, money, money. They don't want us peasants going into their properties. Right, so I'll be going along the edge of the field where that orange tractor thing is, wherever it is. I don't know if it's an earth mover or tree grabber or whatever. Right, gloves on. I've already got my left one on because that takes ages to get my left hand into a glove. So I've already done that. Right, so as you can see, everything's going to be flooded, and the pathways are going to be manky and matted in mud. Right, easy does it through the water. Right, so I've got better daylight coming now. Right, so here's another access road into another house, just here. So yeah, there's a garage straight ahead. All private houses. Right, so I'll be going straight down now through that metal gate and follow the pathway along the edge of the field to that tree line straight ahead. Right, so this is just a access private road that goes right around these houses in this corner, because when you're coming back the way, that's where you've got to go through like double metal gates to go along the side of them to cut through that gate that I've just shown you, because I don't want you going up through the estate, because we are just peasants and serfs, and they don't want us anywhere near their property. And so you can see the road goes up and round and through the houses, private. Right, this is where the slippy and sliding starts. So I brought about 5 GoPro 9 batteries to record the journey. So I'll try and get as much as I can in. Now you normally come across dog waters coming along here. So far from where I parked the car, as soon as I cross the road and I come up past Clogs Bog Nature Reserve, which is just there, you can see the green shed straight down there, I can let them off and then walk up this main road and along here and then through this farmer's field, because there's no cattle and there's no sheep. But looking over there, there's 4 deer just in the field there. You'll not see them, no, it's too dark still. And I don't know if I'll be able to get a shot of them. I'd have to zoom in, but even then it's going to be difficult to pick them up. Oh, there we go. They're getting a drink out the puddles of water. So that was a spot of luck, seeing 4 of them. Normally you're very lucky to see maybe 1 or 2. And they're out in the open, which is very rare as well. So they're getting brave. But I managed to get them on a couple of shots here. So, but I just stopped to get a drink in that puddle of water there, just where they are. So I'm just keeping to the grass at the minute because it's all boggy mud to the right where the tractor wheels have been through it. But a lot of this grass has been flattened by the heavy duty wheels. There's still of them that are walking along there, all 4 of them. Let's have a look, see if I can get her again. Try to keep me it's got all 4 in. Right. So even if it's not clear, you can see that there's 4 deer walking along the field. Right, so the track bends off to the left here and just follows this privet all the way down to the tree line at the bottom where I'm going. Right, So you can see how boggy and muddy this walk's going to be, judging by what I'm looking at there now. Especially when I come back from walking along the other side of the river underneath the viaduct, I come up a bank and it'll all be slippy, slidey mud. All fun and games. So this is a walk along the river WANSBECK, and the locals just call it Wannie, W-A-N-N-I-E, Wannie. It's the river WANSBECK, that's W-A-N-S-B-E-C-K, WANSBECK in Morpeth. Slurp, slurp, suction, suction. Like I say, it's going to be fun and games, walk along these pathways. And when I've got to go down the wooden stairs to the little bridge at the bottom where there's a little bit of a brook with a tiny bit of a waterfall, I'll be slipping and sliding going down there because the stairs are on a bit of a slope. They're not very squared off, so you've got to keep a hard of the wooden railings if they're still there to drop down safely to get down to the bottom. So those 4 deer have come out the trees and gone across the field there. So that was a bit of a bonus. Used to maybe see 1 on a rare occasion, but 4, that's a nice bonus, that. Let's see if I can spot them again to the right. Right, so we go along here past that signal tree, and then there's a gap in the tree line where you go down. Right, we are there. I think they're way over there at the privet at the far side of the field. Right, I was looking at different places to go to start off my video journey again, and I was thinking about going to do the 5 Forces walk where I visited 5 waterfalls in one swoop. So I was going to go to Bowley's Visitor Centre in Middleton and Teesdale and visit Summerhill Force, that's the first one, at Gibson's Cave. Then come back out of there, cross over and go and see Low Force. Then cross over the bridge and go up the path and go to High Force. Then go past High Force and go to see Bleebeck Force waterfall. And then go beyond that again, then cut across the fields and get onto the Pennine Way going up. And then on the left hand side you've got White Force. So that's 5 waterfalls in one walk. It's really nice. It's quite a bit of a walk, but it's well worth it when you see the waterfalls, especially now after we've had loads of rain. There's loads of little turnips spread all over. Right, so this is that single tree I'm on. If you go around past that, just keep dropping downhill and then eventually go into the tree line and then head along to the right behind this lot here. Then you look for the left turn to go down the wooden steps to the bottom and then see cross over the little wooden footbridge, and then there's a tiny little bit of a waterfall on the right hand side where there's a brook coming through. Right, I can still see those deer over there, right at the far side of the field. Right, so this is where it'd be okay for to let Bear come and take him off his leader, because I'm well away from the high road, which is over there. We can see the houses in the distance, and past Clark's Bog Nature Reserve. And now I'm just in a pure countryside, but there's no horses, no sheep, no cattle, and that's what I look for in walks now, for taking a dog for a walk and see how he's going to behave. When I took him along the River Weir, going towards the Belmont Viaduct last time I was out, he behaved quite well, but the problem I've got is when I let him off his leader, with his being just a big daft puppy, he wants to run and play with other dogs and jumping up at the people I've got dogs when he runs up at them, so they get a bit of a fright. And then it's difficult for me to get a hold of him and put him back on the leader, because I can't run with being disabled. So I've got to rely on people when he's next to them to grab him by the collar until I can get to them and put his leader on again. Oh, look at this. This is all going to be swampy mud to get across, to get in the tree line. Oh shit, look at this. You see the hoof marks of those deer. So they've come up through the trees, come along here, then they've gone across the field. Slurp, slurp, suction, suction. And you see the hoof marks going in the soft mud, the water across here. Right, so I'm just going to have to be careful now I don't slip over in this mud. There's a skating rink. Right. So obviously, when I'm coming back the way, I've got to come up the field in the corner at the far distance, and that's uphill, so it's going to be right skating bog. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it till I see what the conditions are like when I get there. So as you can see by the trees, I've got a bit of a breeze. Right, so you go along here about 200 yards, and then that's where you see the marker post to point down to the left to go down the steps. And there's a brook running down here at the bottom of this valley, and that goes all the way down to meet the main river at the bottom. So this is Fell Wanderers, Damien Robson. It's his backyard, because he lives just further up there in Guidepost. So this is his local woods, where he comes down and do a lot of wild camping and fishing on the river Wanney. Setting up camps everywhere until I found out where they are. Oh, so far so good. There's a couple of trees down but not blocking the pathway, so right, so I'm doing a bit of right hand bend here, and I think the pathway down the left is just after this. I step over these big roots. So this is the thicket of trees that I was pointing at, where I passed those big tractors at the beginning. When I pointed straight ahead, I thought, right, that's where I'm going to be down at the other side of those trees, and this is where I'm at now. Right, so there's the marker post straight ahead there now, 50 yards. So that's where you drop down to the left. Like I say, it's going to be a nightmare. I might have to turn around and go down backwards so that I get a firm grip with my boots. Because like I say, the stairs are sloping. They've been worn away that much with people walking up and doing them. And it's like, so then I've got to let Bait off his leader, otherwise he could just drag us down the bloody stairs, because he pulls like hell and he's like an express train, and strong, really strong. Bloody hell, you can't even see the steps. Right, so there's your marker post with your yellow disc and arrow pointing down here. Bloody hell. How the hell am I going to get down here? There's nothing to hold on to, nothing. It's just a steep bank going down. You hear the water at the bottom running. Right, so what I'm going to have to do is turn around and go down backwards and hold on to these wooden posts that the lats are supposed to be nailed to. Get my foot on this first post. Right, so you're just going to have to bear with us, trying to get down here, slowly but surely. So I'll have to lean over. I mean, this is where my camera dangles all over the shop, as usual. Right, get on this first post. I think get hold of that one. That's it. And step down. Oh man. So it's all fun and games right at the beginning of my walk. Right. Right. It's a good job these bits of wooden posts are sticking up enough to get a hold of. Oh, whoa! See what I mean? How slippery it is? Once you start going. Right. Right. So sounds like the brook's running quite fast because the amount of rain we've been getting. Right. I think I'll be able to just step down sideways and